Peace Reflections. Before we start, if you've been feeling called to go deeper, I'm now offering one-on-one spiritual alignment calls, 60-minute sessions, to help you realign and find clarity. Message me on my Instagram at HumbleAli2times to book your spot.
Alright, y'all, man, it's your boy HumbleAli2times. You feel me? Back in that video, man. For me, follow the Instagram at HumbleAli2times. And look, this next today's time we're talking about the spiritual meaning of sweating, the truth that they don't tell you about. Now, look, for today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything, always. I'm also giving a huge shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving a huge shout out to everyone and to y'all. Y'all literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock with me and show me love, support. You feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. It's so much more to love always deeply. I'm also sending good positive energy, good positive protection, good positive feeling, and good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. Let's go ahead and get ready to the video. Now look, right, a while ago, I think I may have made a video talking about sweating, but if so, then this is going to be part 2 then. But look, right, the spiritual meaning of sweating that they don't tell you about, the truth, right? The thing is, right, with sweating, right, sweating is a good thing. When you are sweating a lot, this is a good thing, right? A lot of people who sweat a lot, they're not really aware of why they sweat so much. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down and decoding sweating. What is sweating? Why do you sweat? Why do some people not sweat as much? Why do some people sweat a whole bunch? Etc. We're going to be breaking down the spiritual essence, the spiritual science of it, etc. Let's get more into it. So why do a lot of people sweat? Well, actually, let's start off with this. Why do a lot of people don't sweat? Why do a lot of people don't really sweat like that? The reason why a lot of people don't sweat is because of their diet. If you are somebody who's on a proper diet and you are consistent with this diet, you are not going to sweat a lot. The reason why you aren't going to sweat a lot is a lot of sweat comes from greasiness. What I mean by greasiness is that a lot of sweat comes from, maybe not greasiness, a lot of sweat comes from food. In other terms, if you eat a lot of junk food consistently, you are going to sweat a lot. You see what I'm saying? So when you're eating a lot of junk food, you're going to sweat a lot. If you notice a lot of, you may notice a lot of athletes who are on a proper diet consistently, you may tend to notice they don't really sweat a whole lot, right? You know what I'm saying? Even when I was much younger and I used to play basketball, I never really would sweat a whole lot. And I used to play point guard and shooting guard, so I'm consistently moving a whole lot, but I didn't really sweat a whole lot. Even to this day now, I don't really sweat a whole lot. You see what I'm saying? Unless I'm like, you know, hooping outside or something, I'm out there in the sun, that's different. But even then, I still don't really sweat a whole lot. I've never been a person to really sweat really hard, right? Even before I turned vegetarian, I still wasn't really sweating that much, right? The thing is too, right? So yes, if you do not sweat a whole lot, right, you are on a lot of times it's because you are on a good diet. Right? Also, genetics can play a role as well, right? So you may be a person who's not really on the best dieting or maybe not eating the best proper foods, but your genetics might play a role into you not sweating a whole lot too. If most of your family or a certain part of your family isn't really like, they don't really sweat a whole lot, then you might pick up on that trait and you might have that genetic trait as well. You might be a person who doesn't really sweat a whole lot. Now, if you are a person that sweats a whole lot and you are trying to figure out why, the reason why you were sweating so much is because you eat a lot of junk food. You eat a lot of processed fake GMO foods. So because of this, right, you sweat a whole lot because your body, the avatar is cleansing, the avatar is cleansing out this energy. Your body releases energy every single day, right? That could be through your face. That could be through you going to the bathroom. That can be through you, you know, maybe throwing up. That could be through you coughing, you sneezing, earwax, etc. Right? Your body is every day. Your body is releasing energy, right? So people who have acne, that's your body releasing energy, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people trying to figure out why they got acne so bad. You're dieting. If you change your dieting, your acne would naturally get better. I'm putting you on the sauce if you don't know already. You start taking care of your dieting more, your face is gonna get more clear. And if you're doing a proper skincare, your face is gonna get more clear. Now, a lot of people have genetics to where they don't really have to do much. Their face is just naturally clear. I'm just gonna be real with you. Some people got them genetics like that where they got them real good genetics where they don't really have to do a skincare. Their face is just naturally just clear and nicely shiny, right? But so if you, like I said, if you're a person who sweats a whole lot, it's your diet, bro. You see what I'm saying? So since you're eating a lot of junk food, you're sweating a whole lot because when you're sweating, sweating is a release form. It's a form of how your body releases toxins and release things that needs to be released out of you. Sweating can be a good thing, right? You see what I'm saying? Sweating is kind of like ejaculating in a way. Pause. The reason why is because it's releasing out energy. Now with ejaculation, pause, that's different. We shouldn't really be doing that unless you and this woman, you and this man are trying to have a baby, something like that. I'm just being real with you. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm just being real with you. But it's similar to that though in a way. Now with sweating, another thing too with sweating is, right, sweating, it's a good thing. A lot of people don't like to sweat, right? But sweating is actually a good thing. This is your body getting out things that needs to come out, right? It's actually a cleanser. When you are sweating, this is a cleanser, right? You see what I'm saying? Why do you think a lot of people who work out, when they see that they're sweating a whole lot, they're like, oh man, I got a good workout in, man. Look at all the sweat I got off me. Whole time they're not even realizing you just cleansed out so much energy. And then you trying to figure out why you feel so much better and you feel so more enthused and feel like you have more energy, right? Because your body, your avatar just cleansed off. You just cleansed off a bunch of energy out of your system, out of your avatar, out of your body. You see what I'm saying? So that's facts. And you might be a person who eats really good but still sweats a whole lot. Like I said, genetics can maybe play a role in sweating, right? Like I said before about genetics do play a role in your physical avatar to an extent, somewhat. But you still have the free will and the option to improve yourself. You know what I'm saying? To not let genetics, I recommend you to not let genetics stop you from improving your life and focusing on yourself, you know what I'm saying, etc. I'm not saying this is the easiest thing to do. I'm not trying to be mean or none of that, you feel me? But it definitely is definitely is possible. You see what I'm saying? And another thing too with sweating, right? Like we've discussed, your body, like why do you think you cough? Why do you think you sneeze? Right? Because your body is releasing energy, right? Your body releases energy in multiple different ways, right? Any type of like holes that you have, that's a form of your body that is able to release energy if it needs to. Your mouth can release energy. You can cough, you can throw up, right? You can spit, right? Your ears have holes. You can, earwax, it can like, you know what I'm saying? Because why do you think the earwax is like kind of like it's on the inside of your ear, but some of it isn't too deep to where you can't like get it out. You see what I'm saying? Or like your nose, you have holes in your nose, right? Because these are different areas to where your body is able to get that energy out. You're behind, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but you know what I mean. Your private part. These are areas that have holes in them to where it's an area where your body can release energy. You have multiple different holes in your avatar. And these holes, one of the reasons why they're designed is to release out energy that needs to be released out. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out why you keep sneezing and sneezing. Right, because you got a bunch of pollen built up and your avatar is pushing that pollen out the avatar, out the body. You see what I'm saying? Right? So, another thing too is with sweating is a lot of people feel, like we've discussed, a lot of people feel a lot better once they sweat, because like we've discussed, sweating is a cleanser. It helps cleanse your soul, because like I said, you're getting out a lot of bacteria, right? I'm not saying you can't eat junk food at all, but realistically, if you really trying to get in shape, like, I mean, well, you can still be in shape and not eat the best all the time, especially if you have like certain genetics. Do not get me wrong, but really, for like, if you ready for it, you could try to do like, I'm not saying you can't have a cheat day, right? But you might want to do a cheat day like once a week. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing why I'm saying, another reason why I'm saying once a week is because junk food, that weight can stay on you for like 2 to 3 days. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you burning the calories off the next day, but that weight still might be on you for another 2, 3 days, especially if you're an individual who doesn't have a fast metabolism. Myself personally, I have a fast metabolism. You see what I'm saying? I could go eat 2 boxes of pizza, do 2 workouts the next day, have only 1 meal and like 1 snack, and drink a bunch of liquids, and I'll have dropped maybe 2 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I've already done dropped 2 pounds that I've done gained from eating 2 boxes of pizza the day before. You see what I'm saying? But everybody's genetics are different. You see what I'm saying? Right? You feel me? But you know, your genetics can play a role into sweating, right? Especially, no disrespect, if you're a person who has a lot of fat on you, right? This is if you notice a lot of people who have more weight on them, you may tend to notice that they sweat a lot. Like they're not even working out at the moment. Like let's say they're not even working out. They just like just chilling at the grocery store, and you with your homie or whatever, and they're like, dang, why they sweating? We're not even working out. We're not even like outside. We're not even running or nothing. Like we just in the grocery store getting some groceries, right? Because people who have you know, more size on them, right? A lot of them don't have the best diet. Not saying all of them, no, but some of them don't have the best diet. So you're already eating junk food, and you've eaten so much junk food that you've became more bloated and more bloated and more bloated. So some of those toxins and some of those junk foods is still within your body. And so this is the thing that happens when you start to gain more weight and you're doing it unhealthy. Some of that sticks with you. You see what I'm saying? Especially on the stomach area, right? This is why like you may tend to notice a lot of people who have some size on them, they'll be like, it'll be real bloated up in here, but the arms will be more skinnier compared to like this area. Right, because one of the quickest ways to get bloated is going to be your stomach area, which is your gut, and it's going to be your face. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So, you know, but yeah, bro, sweating is, but actually, let me get back to this before I end off this video. Like I was saying though, so yeah, if you're somebody who has some size to you, you're already eating junk food, but you've eaten so much junk food that some of it hasn't even fully digested and came out your system yet, came out your body yet, and it's actually like attached to your body. So you have meat, we have meat on our body, but then you have layers of this junk food and this other stuff on top of your body too, because certain foods can make you bloated. So you already got meat on your bones, but then you got this bloating stuff on it too. You know I'm not saying the proper word. I'm not a scientist, but I do know a little something about some things, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I'm not trying to be mean or nothing like that, you feel me? I'm just being honest with you. You can look this stuff up. You can do your own research. You can meditate on it. You can talk to the universe on it. But you know, sweating is a positive. It can be a very positive thing. It can be a very good thing. You see what I'm saying? But look, man, I love y'all, man. There's much more to love always deeply. I catch y'all from Muzz on the next one, man. Peace.